what is All Power Books?
Hi everyone. All Power Books is a communist bookstore and community space. We're located in West Adams in Los Angeles, California. West Adams is an incredible historic neighborhood with so much rich history and socialist history. So we're super honored to be here in this area. We are, like I said, we're a bookstore and a community space, but the community space is the most important part of All Power. Honestly, we do so much. I'm just looking straight at the camera.
No, you're fine.
We do so much. Like, we are able to have like community gardens, political education. We offer free healthcare, free groceries every Saturday. We're heavily inspired by like the Black Panther Party. So a lot of the 10-point program is what we're trying to do here to raise consciousness and to meet people's material needs.
So, what inspired starting All Power? What led you to do a communist bookstore, and why here? You said it's historic?
Yeah. So the story is kind of interesting. I actually was kind of around when I met you while we were out protesting, like years and years ago. A bunch of people, like I was looking for an organization to be a part of. It was right after George Floyd was murdered by police, and I was looking to get organized. I had always had this like socialist kind of like more of like an aesthetic and more of like I had a socialist vibe and it like interest, but I wasn't organized.
Yeah.
And so around that time I was looking for places. I was floating around different organizations, and I joined an organization that was doing mutual aid, and then during that time,
I remember, yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. So it was a self-defense and mutual aid organization. And during that time with my partner, we were, back in the day, pre-COVID, we were just, how do you survive in a capitalist country? So we actually were looking to start a record store pre-pandemic. And yeah, we were like, oh yeah, I'm in the music industry, he's a musician. So we were gonna do a music store, record store with like radical music, and we wanted a mutual aid section. And then as we started organizing and doing mutual aid, we were like, what if we did a mutual aid store with a music section in it and like flipped it? And then we were like, that could work. What if we did like a community space where we were able to do a lot of this stuff and we had like a section for records? And we asked a couple of the people who we organized with if they would be interested, and we literally looked around various neighborhoods all over Los Angeles. And West Adams, why we wanted to come here was because, one, it's a food desert. It's historically split from the rest of Los Angeles. Once they built the 10, they split the white areas with the black and brown areas. So we're right at that cusp. Yeah. And in this area specifically, there's a lot of single family homes. So most people own their homes here. Yeah. And so we figured that with its history too, it had one of the largest Communist Party membership in Los Angeles. Yeah, back in the 20s and 30s.
Oh, cool.
It was also a spot for Black radicals and musicians. So lots of jazz artists would go and play up for the white clubs in Hollywood and then come back down to West Adams. So with all of that in mind, we went around and we canvassed before we opened up and asked people in the neighborhood if they were interested in something like this. And we met with the neighborhood council, shout out Yolanda. Nice. And she was so excited about a space like this. So we opened up, and it's kind of, the rest is history. Political education was the most important kind of part of all of this. That's why we wanted a community center, but we don't believe in charity. Yeah. We believe in solidarity. It has to be reciprocated. There has to be a purpose. There has to be a tip of the spear that's able to cut through propaganda. We don't just hand out food. We don't just give people free healthcare. So political education was super important to us. For the longest time, we were able to work with various groups that would offer, what were the first? We had a teach-in on Cuba. We've had book studies. We do a lot of political theory, lots of Lenin, Mao, things of that nature. We've had author Q&A. So we've had, what is his face? Vincent Bevins with his, not the Jakarta method, but the other one. Why can't I think of it? But basically, we'll have like an author come in and premiere their book and talk about it. We've had cultural events, but I'm actually the political education chair at All Power.
Sick.
And so we're able now to, instead of like having a lot of people come in and teach, we're developing our own programming.
Oh.
So that's been hard. We do we did
So
a
you're
Marxism
evolving.
101. Yeah, exactly. Everything. That's like the whole part of this. The whole point is like, like we just read Mao's On Practice. So the whole thing is like praxis and then theory and then like praxis and like seeing what works, testing it out, doing crit, self-crit, evaluating what works, what didn't. So we're always testing stuff out. So you'll see All Power just like throwing random shit. Like we're doing a book study on Discourse on Colonialism by Césaire. I don't know how to pronounce it, but this Saturday, usually we offer classes in the evening, but we're trying a 3 p.m. time slot just for like
Experimenting.
Yeah, experimenting with what our audience can come
scientific
to.
socialist.
Exactly, Jamie. Exactly. We're not utopian. We don't just like go forward with our feelies and our, what feels good.
Hopes and wishes.
Exactly. We have to be scientific about it, and there's a method to all of the madness. We've attempted so many things that have failed and felt like had us fall on our ass. Am I allowed to cuss?
Yeah.
Okay, figure. But we're not afraid of being embarrassed, and we're not afraid of like trying and failing. And so that's like how we learn, and we've failed a lot. But it makes us better organizers and a better community for it.
Dare to struggle.
Yeah, exactly. It's our 5th year anniversary coming up here soon, which is fucking crazy because we signed a 1-year lease in our old spot.
Wow.
Because we're like, how long could a communist bookstore last?
5 years at
Yeah,
least.
I know. And so now we're 5 years, we're like, fuck, we actually have to like lock in and figure out a system. So we're developing internally systems for like, I'm gonna have to now run for my position. I'm gonna have to, we're building
Elections.
Yeah, exactly.
Elections.
Democracy, right? We were so authoritarian for way too long. And that's what, there was it's because the people who co-founded the space were closest
Sometimes
to it.
you need a duocracy to get to democracy.
Exactly. We had to tighten it up. We had to get everything in place, and now we're able to be able to like have that. Cool. So we have a steering committee, and then we have our different people who are in different positions. We are able to have like retreats as an organization where we're developing our like political program, because we're not a party and we're also not a nonprofit. So we're this weird in between of like this new anti-capitalist experiment in like just communist organizing, where we are able to fund ourselves through the volunteer work that we do,
So
that pays
like a
us in like
not-for-profit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is our front desk. This is where the magic happens. So this is where I'll check people in, check people out. I'll sit here during some events. We do have these posters that are always for sale, 1312. ACAB or 2 for 20. We're missing some, obviously. Then we have over here our book section. We need to restructure it because we have all of our new books right here, and our used books are over here, but then they're also over here and they're also over here. So we're trying really hard to not be like an anarchist info shop vibe. We're trying to be like very professional and legitimate, but we still have some quirks we gotta figure out. So yeah, we'll carry books like Black Shirts and Reds, Wretched of the Earth. Obviously, we got Lenin, Pedagogy of the Oppressed. I tried reading this book when I was like a baby leftist, and I was way too dumb for it. I didn't understand a fucking thing, and I was like, side area, we've got a community garden that you were checking out. You're like, no, zucchinis?
You want to show us the community garden?
Oh yeah, let's go check that out. Gigi is so funny. What else? Oh yeah, our beautiful mural that K-Chan, our friend, painted. Yeah, so I'll show you the outdoor area. So, fun fact about this area is it was a dump site. When we first moved in here, this is where not even just the neighborhood, but pretty much this, I don't know, anyone going on the freeway would come and dump trash. There was paint and needles and baby strollers and just like car parts all piled up to here, and it was really dangerous and stinky, and there was like rats and like, it was pretty bad. And we cleaned it up and we turned it into a community garden. So now, I don't know what we got in here, nothing really crazy. This is some sort of squash or zucchini, and there's strawberries down there, it looks like. Careful, there's a pricks.
Spiky.
We got lettuce in here. Ouchie, it got me. This is our fig tree that was like this big when we planted it, and it's huge now, and you can see all the figs coming in. We got Egyptian walking onions here. These are cool because the bulb will fall into the soil and it'll plant a new plant and then it'll walk. So yeah, and then we've got, basil. It needs to be watered a little bit. And the tomatoes I'm super proud of. Like, I mean, I'm stolen valor. I didn't do any of this. I'm just, look what we did. Yeah, so we got mass amount of tomatoes. We got this pallet that we turned into a little planter. Some strawberries, some tomatoes here.
That's genius.
Yeah, it's a cute, we're gonna try to do the whole thing to block the like trash.
That's so smart.
Yeah, what else do we have? Oh, some peppers growing on here. I don't know what kind of chilies or peppers these are. I've fallen behind
Everything
so far.
changed
so
like
fast. Now I
fast.
can't do anything. So.
Every time I go to like take a vacation, I come back and I'm like, I don't know how to do anything. So.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, it's crazy how tech is moving, and I'm proud of you because it's cool. Like we met doing actions and working. I remember when you got arrested outside of the mayor's house.
That was a long time ago.
That was crazy. Yeah. And I always knew you were a baddie and a real one. And so I'm just so happy. I'm so happy we were able to make this work.
Thank you. No, the crazy thing, and I gotta say it, because I said it to you before, but I didn't get to say it on camera. You're kind of the reason I'm still in Los Angeles.
Stop.
Because you posted mutual aid for me, and it literally kept me housed for a couple months while I navigated.
Yeah.
I was able to get a job, and I stayed in LA. Thank you.
Oh, of course. Sometimes I feel so bad because I'm like, I really don't think that what I'm going to do is help.
It was just a calming thing to do. Like, you just did mutual aid, and it really helped me out.
Get this flyer out there. Yeah, no, I'm glad because that would have been horrible. I mean, wherever you would have went would have benefited from having you there. But
probably, but I didn't want to leave K-Town.
Yeah.
So I was really glad to stay. I ended up managing urban soil for 4 years. I was at what's known as the LA Eco Village. So cool. I've been here, I stayed, I made an impact, so thank you.
Yes, oh my gosh, thank you. This is so fun. We never get to talk about our project in this way, so I feel so like look at us.
It's like projects in your project, right?
Yeah.
And so now you're getting
to
step
process.
back and kind of talk
about. And when I'm doing my Marxism 101 course, like we talk about how we're in this space where there's revolutionary class consciousness building, but we're in a cycle of immiseration of the proletariat, which leads to like when you suffer, you figure out why you're suffering, and that leads to class consciousness. Hopefully, usually, a lot of people are taking it the wrong way, and they're like, it's the immigrants' fault, it's the Jews, it's like blah, blah, blah. And so we're trying to just like catch people before they fall all the way back and recognize like, the actual, it's the billionaires, it's the system, it's all of this like colonization, modern day colonization and like imperialism and all these things. So to get out of the duopoly, I think things are just gonna, continue on the course that they are. They're getting bad enough for people who weren't politically active to be politically active now. We're living through live stream genocide, the Epstein files, the grocery prices are insanely high, gas is insanely high. And unfortunately, because we live in the imperial core, the center of where everything is, it's really easy for people to just go like, well, I just want to go to the movies. I just want to play my video games. I just want to I'm not political. That's still such an easy thing for people to fall back on. And because we live in the most individualistic and hyper-consumer country, it's so easy. We got bread and circuses for days. People are chilling. But as it gets worse and as people, it's so in your face now, I think that a lot of people are going to gain consciousness. Socialism has so much of the popularity right now is higher than it's ever been. So people are getting organized, and that's all I see. I know it's really easy for people to go we're doomed, the enemy is too great, people are too selfish, nobody wants to go touch grass or whatever.
Nihilism.
Yeah, exactly.
Nihilism,
it's easy.
That's the opposite of socialism.
Exactly, and it's so easy for Americans to get into nihilism because it's just you don't have to do anything.
It's with our culture.
Exactly.
Individualists and atomized.
Exactly. And so we're just trying to nchange that. How do you talk to your neighbors? How do you come in here and solve a conflict? How do you work with people who annoy you? How do you work with people you have a crush on? How do we navigate these experiences as human beings and try to build that that community that we like long for, that will inevitably help us break out of this system.
Up too, though. I got some things to say to her.
Me and Nithya have beef, and if you got 2 seconds.
I have so much beef with Nithya.
So Nithya is supposed to be the progressive housing candidate, and she keeps doing these amendments for Measure ULA. And I'm currently the treasurer for Beverly, Vermont Community Land Trust. Decided to do an amendment. Didn't check in with the coalition.
What?
Didn't do any.
Individuals, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And so I have actual beef with Nithya right now.
Bro, literally.
And if she wants to win this election against the establishment Democrat, she's gonna need to tap in, because these committees were what she pledged to.
Exactly, and that's what's so frustrating is like I also canvassed for Nithya when she had her campaign, and back in the day, like back when we were bright-eyed and bushy-tailed in like 2020, and you know, when things were like a little bit more hopeful, I was really excited, and I went to an event in Silver Lake, Echo Park, and I ran into her, and it was some like cool, like it was really edgy. It was like a very radical event, and she was there, and I was like, I remember I told my partner, I was like, hang on 1 second, I have to go meet her. And it was like, we live in LA. I run into celebrities all the time, and I'm just like, okay. Yeah. But I saw Nithya, and I was like, and I went to go shake her hand, and my hand was like this. I was so nervous. It was like it was my first time ever like fangirling over somebody.
Because you've met like famous people.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, like for some reason I was just so inspired by her. She was so cool, and I just believed in her. I couldn't believe it.
Her campaign was really inspiring.
She used the energy of all the radicals in LA to get elected, to spin our fucking face and stab us in the back. And now I'm pissed forever. So when I saw she was running for mayor, and then she had all these like out of town, I'm a transplant, but I've been here for 10 years. But like a lot of people who just moved here were like, Nithya, and I was like, you guys haven't been through the pain of what she did to us.
Yeah.
But if anyone's not from LA, this is gonna be the most boring thing ever. But it gets spicy out here.
Every time Nithya comes up, I can't help but do like a 5-minute.
I'm gonna fight her. I literally want her to pull up. I hope she pulls up here, because I literally will be like, you know what I mean?
I want her to give us a reason to vote for her.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
That's all I want. If she could just like. Yeah, because it's gonna be heard.
Give us a reason to vote for you.
Yeah, if you're listening, Nithya, like, do you want to be just like the Democrats? I think she does.
No, she doesn't. Do you?
Do you?
Prove us wrong.
Exactly, bro.
I'm gonna clip the shit out of that.
I know. I'm sure your followers already know, but I'm just interested. Is there anything that All Power can do to help support your organizing, or what's your next step? What's the future look like for you?
That is a really good question. We have started doing monthly membership meetings, and we're starting to build momentum towards building out the membership base.
Bro, that's the hardest part.
Tenants.
Yeah. Okay.
So all the tenants will show up to the meetings, because of course they're tenants, they live in the land trust.
Yeah.
And now the goal is to find more community organizers or just volunteers that are like housing minded. But that's the thing about a land trust, is that we're a pretty standard organization. Okay. Like we're a real estate organization.
Yeah.
So that's not very radical. Like what we're doing is pretty much business.
Yeah.
501c3 nonprofit charity stuff. It's not glamorous. It's not radical.
World, yeah.
But we can do radical stuff with it.
Exactly.
And so we find ways to do like mutual aid funds, to where we help tenants pay their rent, or if they can't work during the ICE raids.
Yeah.
We did a tenant crisis fund, to where we literally raised for the people that live in the land trust. I mean, the organization exists to take housing out of the speculative market.
Yes.
That's the reason a land trust exists.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to grow, acquire more properties, stabilize the ones that we have. Now we're in a massive, we need to build membership, build momentum, and just get more people sort of like aware of the work that we're doing.
Yeah.
Because we got an expanded, like we got a few other properties. While I was at the Eco Village, I kind of got that cleaned up and organized, and they're still trying to figure out where they're going and what their future looks like. But now I'm trying to figure out, like from the treasurer seat, how are we going to just like get more momentum?
Yeah.
Because we are literally trying to decommodify housing. And that should be supported, and it's something everyone else can really support.
Especially in LA, where it's like, even if you're not a land trust, anyone would benefit
Just by
from
being
it.
able to learn so much. And this is incredible.
Thank you.
Your work speaks for itself.
I'm literally just one person in an entire organization and a machine that is running pretty much without me. So I'm not taking any credit for what this whole space has done. It is an amalgamation of every heartbeat that has been in this space. So I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to represent the organization, essentially.
Well, thanks for sharing it with us.
Of course. Thanks, Jamie. Yay!
That went so well.
fun.
All right, get the mics.
I'm sweating.
It was like an hour.
I know. I was like, you're gonna have a long edit sesh.
I'm gonna probably clip the shit out of it.